Today I'm going to show you 3 simple, easy ways to update last year's sweaters just using a few supplies and very little skill. So we're going to begin with this wool sweater here that I had kicking around in my closet. I'm going to take these faux leather flowers here and some pearl glass beads, and then I'm just going to take a paintbrush and I'm going to begin by wrapping it around the petals of the flowers. This is just going to give them a little life and dimension and not make them so flat. Then I'm going to arrange my flowers in the way that I think looks good, and then I'm going to take a needle and thread, and just using my needle and thread, I'm going to come up to the bottom of the leather flower through the bottom of the sweater, attaching all 3 together, and then I'm going to place a pearl bead on the needle as well, and I'm going to continue threading on pearl beads. I want a nice cluster in the middle of the flower, and I want to make sure that these are held really secure with my needle and thread. I'm going to continue sewing on the rest of my flowers in the pattern that I picked out, and this is the finished product. This is a super easy way to update this sweater, and because it's pure wool, it's gentle hand wash anyways only, and when I get tired of this, I can easily just cut the thread and take these off if I don't like this style anymore. For my next sweater, I just have a plain white crew neck, and then I have these lace appliques that I picked up in the bargain bin at my local fabric store, so they were super cheap. All I have to do for this one, super easy, is just lay them in place where I want them. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of this spray adhesive E6000, and I'm just going to spray the back of the lace applique and put them down in place. I let this sit overnight for at least 12 hours before wearing it, and then that is it. This is a super easy way to update a sweater, and honestly no skill involved for this at all. And then I've just added a little bit of lace applique detail to a plain white crew neck sweater. So for my last sweater here, I just have this necklace that I have had for a long time. It's broken, some of the beads are missing, and I'm just going to use my jewelry pliers, and I'm just going to take it apart and remove the 2 flowers that don't have the beads, and then I'm also going to take off the chain part for the necklace. Then I'm going to take this cardigan here, and we're going to actually sew this right onto the cardigan to add like a permanent style kind of brooch effect around the neckline. So I'm just taking the necklace here and I'm kind of patching it back together where I want it, and then super easy, I'm just going to take a needle and thread, and I'm just going to come right up through the back of the sweater and through the jewelry ring on the necklace, and I'm just going to go around and I'm going to sew it completely on, going back and forth underneath. And then this is what I'm left with here, just a gorgeous applique onto a plain boring cardigan. So this one is super easy as well. You don't need to be a master sewer to do this, and it just adds a nice touch to this plain cardigan. I hope these 3 easy sweater ideas have inspired you to get creative with sweaters that are hanging around in your closet.
Today I'm going to show you how to do a really fun upcycle on this thrifted blouse. It has some really pretty collar details. So I'm going to start by making a mark at the waistline, and I'm going to go ahead and take my ruler and make a straight line and cut it across at the waistline. Okay, now I need to measure out a waist tie. So this needs to go around my waist and tie in a little bow in the back. So this needs to be at least 68 inches, but I had a little bit more fabric than that, so I made mine about 74 inches long by 4 inches wide. So what I did was I just cut 4 strips of fabric, and I'm gonna connect them into one big long waist tie a little bit later. Okay, I'm gonna turn my shirt inside out, and I'm just gonna hem the bottom. So I'm gonna put a 1/2 inch wide elastic through there later. So I need to make sure my hem is at least 1/2 inch wide, just so I'll be able to fit that elastic through. So I'm just gonna do a double fold hem all around and pin it up. Okay, now I'm gonna sew that pinned edge, and I'm sewing as close to the top of the fold as I can because I really need to make sure that that 1/2 inch elastic will be able to slide through. And I'm also leaving a little opening here so that I'll be able to slide the elastic through in just a minute. Alright, now I'm measuring my waist with the elastic, and I'm gonna overlap by 1 inch for seam allowance, and I'll cut it. Now I'm going to attach the elastic onto a safety pin. This is the easiest way to slide elastic into a waistband or any kind of thing like this. So I'm just going to feed that elastic through, bunching the shirt up at the bottom, and this is going to cinch it in at the waist and make it nice and fitted. Once I get to the end, I'm gonna pull on the other end of the elastic and overlap the edges. And then I'm just gonna sew this down with a zigzag stitch. Because this is elastic, a zigzag stitch is perfect for anything stretchy. And I'm just going back and forth a few times. All right, now I'm gonna pull on the shirt a little so that the elastic slides in completely. And all we have to do now is close up that little opening that we left there. So I'm just gonna use a straight stitch and close up that opening. All right, now it's time for the waist tie. So I'm gonna take my strips of fabric and place them on top of each other, right sides together, and I'm gonna pin them at the edges. And then I'm gonna pin these two long pieces together, right sides together, and pin that down. So now, once I sew this, I'm gonna have one long waist tie. All right, now I'm gonna fold this waist tie in half and pin it down. And now I'll go ahead and sew that pinned edge. And I'm closing one end of the waist tie right now, and I'm gonna close the other end in just a minute. Okay, since we left one end of the waist tie open, we're gonna flip it inside out using this knitting needle. So I'm just taking the non-sharp end, and I'm gonna feed this waist tie through itself. And this is a really easy way to flip a loop inside out. All right, I'll slide that knitting needle out, and now we have this long, beautiful waist tie. So I'm gonna press it nice and flat, and now we can close up the other end of the waist tie. So I'm just folding it in and pressing it down flat, and I'm just gonna sew along that little edge, and that will complete our waist tie. Okay, now I'm folding the waist tie in half to find the middle point, and I'm gonna mark that middle point with a pin. And now I'm gonna take that waist tie and line it up to the middle point of my shirt. And I'm just gonna pin it along the front side of my shirt, and I'm stopping where the side seams are. So I'm gonna leave the tie open in the back so that it can tie and that you can see the elastic edge. And now I'll just sew it down along the waist tie. And now it's done. This was such a fun, easy upcycle. If you have a blouse that you find from the thrift store, or maybe one that you just want to make look a little more modern and fun, I hope you get a chance to try it. Thanks for watching. Today I'm going to use this bed sheet to make a circle skirt. So I'm going to start by measuring my waist. This is 2 inches above your belly button. Today I'm going to use this bed sheet to make a circle skirt. So I'm going to start by measuring my waist. This is 2 inches above your belly button. Mine is 30 inches. Next, we need to find the radius of our waist. So that is this line here. To find the radius, it will be your waist divided by 6.284. I'm going to fold my fabric in half one way, and then I'm going to fold it in half the other way. So in fourths. I'm going to flatten out the fabric a little bit, and I'm going to find the folded corner of the fabric. It should look like this, and that's the corner we're going to make our waistline out of. So I'm going to measure down 5.5 inches, that radius of my waist. I'm going to measure 5.5 inches all the way around, and I'm going to make a fourth of a circle. Okay, now that we have our waist drawn out, I'm just going to make it a perfect curved line, and now we can move on to the length of the skirt. So you can make this as long or as short as you want. I'm making mine as long as possible, so about 38 inches, because I want a really long skirt. So I'm just measuring from the waist 38 inches all the way around, and I'm gonna make a fourth of a circle again. I'm gonna take my ruler and straighten those lines to make a perfect curve. And now we can go ahead and cut the bottom of the skirt, as well as the waistline. And once we unfold this, we should have a perfect little donut that will be our circle skirt. Okay, I'm gonna first measure the waistline. So I'm making a point, and I'm just gonna measure from that point all around my waistline. I'm just trying to get a measurement for the waistband that we're about to add. Mine was about 42 inches. So I'm gonna fold my scrap fabric in half, and I'm gonna measure out a waistband that's about 46 inches long, just to give myself extra room. And I'm making mine 5.5 inches wide. This is because I'm gonna use a 1.5 inch elastic, and it's gonna need to fold around that elastic twice. So I'm gonna double that, making 3 inches, plus an inch for seam allowance, plus a little bit of extra room. So 5.5 inches. And we can go ahead and cut that out. And now I'm gonna prep this waistband by folding it up by about 1/2 inch, folding it up on the other side by about 1/2 inch, and then folding it in half. This is gonna make putting the waistband on so much easier. And I'm gonna pin the right side of the waistband to the wrong side of my skirt. I'm just pinning the waistband all around. And once I get to the end, as you can see, I left myself extra room here. So I'm gonna go ahead and connect this waistband. So I'm just gonna put a little row of pins, just so I know to sew it right there along that pinned edge. And this is gonna connect that waistband and make it fit perfectly to our skirt. Now I can cut off some of that extra room, and our waistband fits perfectly around our skirt now. So I'm gonna finish pinning it and sew it all along that pinned edge. And this is gonna connect the waistband to the skirt. Once that's sewn, I can flip the waistband over to the right side of the skirt, and look at how beautiful this looks. I'm just gonna pin it all around my skirt. And when I get to the end, I'm gonna leave a little opening here. This is so that we can slide the elastic in just a minute. So don't forget to leave that opening. Now I'm gonna take my elastic and I'm gonna connect it to a safety pin. And this is the width of my waist plus about 1 inch for seam allowance. And I'm just gonna feed it through this waistband. So you're just gonna scrunch it and pull it and work it all around the waistband until you get to the end. Once we get to the end, we're gonna overlap the ends of the elastic, pin it together, and sew it with a zigzag stitch right here along that pinned edge. A zigzag stitch is perfect for anything stretchy, and this is gonna connect our ends of the elastic together. All right, now I'm just gonna pull on the waistband a little bit so that the elastic goes inside the waistband, and we just need to close up that little opening that we left. So I'm just gonna use a simple straight stitch and close up that opening, and it's like it was never there. Before I hemmed my skirt, I ended up cutting about 3 inches off just because it was a little bit too long. And now I'm gonna hem the bottom of the skirt. So I'm just folding it up by 1/2 inch and then up again by 1/2 inch. This is a little double fold hem. It's the easiest hem you can possibly do. And I'm just gonna put some pins in and I'll sew along that pinned edge, and now we have a perfectly hemmed skirt.